I'm going to be talking about the 2025 Ramcharger and why it's going to be such a big deal for the truck industry. It's really going to be filling a huge gap in what you can tow with trucks. So, what I mean by this is generally like an F-150, a Chevy Silverado, you know, the old Ram 1500. These trucks had pretty good towing capacity, but their payloads were so low that they really couldn't tow certain vehicles. For example, a fifth wheel. Those fifth wheels that say they are, half ton capable to be towed, they're not. Because of the payload capacity, those fifth wheels that say half ton towable, you can't tow them with a half ton truck because of the payload capacity. And this happens a lot of times on, travel trailers or fifth wheels, is the payload capacity just doesn't allow you to be able to tow it with a half ton truck. And that's what the difference is on the new one. And it's not just payload. There's another thing that's going to make a big deal on this. So when it comes to payload capacity, the Ramcharger is going to have about 200 or 300 pounds extra payload capacity than a standard, F-150 or Chevy Silverado 1500 or even the old Ram 1500. So it's going to have that extra payload capacity. And it's going to have a little bit more towing capacity too. But let's be honest, you'll run out of payload capacity way before you run out of towing capacity. So when they say 13,000 pounds of towing, of course, Ramcharger says 14,000. You're going to run out of payload way before you hit that number. So the payload capacity is the biggest deal. And with 2,650, I think it's 2,650. Oh, I'm sorry, 2,625 pounds of payload capacity for the Ramcharger. That's a big number. It's the biggest in class. And that's not the biggest thing that is going to make this vehicle really tow well. And the biggest deal is this vehicle weighs a ton. And what I mean by that is it literally weighs 1 ton more than the competition. So if the competition weighs 4,500 or 5,000 pounds, this Ramcharger weighs 7,000 pounds is what the predicted weight it's going to be. So 7,000 pounds is a ton more, literally 1 ton more than the competition. And when your tow vehicle weighs 1 ton more, that's going to give you massive stability of driving these things down the road. So your travel trailer hookup or a regular trailer hookup, a fifth wheel, this thing is actually going to be able to do it and not scare you to death when you're driving down the road. It's going to feel safe because that extra weight is going to keep that trailer under control. So I really love that this, for travel trailer wise, if you're going to weigh a ton more, it's going to be great for travel trailers. And because of the way the system's set up with the generator and electric motors, it's got plenty of power, like 625 horsepower, I think it is, of towing capacity of horsepower. So you have tons of horsepower, towing capacity great, payload's great, weight is 7,000 pounds. It just has a really good system for towing vehicles. Now, off-roading, no. This truck is not going to be made for off-roading. It's just facts. When you, there's three factors when it comes to off-roading: tire size, how much weight your vehicle is, and your ground clearance. And you can change ground clearance, of course, to an extent, and you can change your tire size, but you can't change the weight of these vehicles. I mean, technically you could, but it wouldn't be a vehicle anymore. So when it weighs this much amount of weight, when you're trying to go up off-roading, it's just going to be like throwing a brick in a mud puddle. It's just going to be a brick. Of course, you throw it fast enough, it's going to go through, but it's still a brick. So off-roading, I'm just going to say no. This truck is not made for off-roading. It got, four-wheel drive mainly to help you, get this thing like a travel trailer or something, keep it out of trouble. If you hit a mud area, you can give it the gas and get out of that area. It's made for getting you out of trouble, but it's not made for off-roading. But like I said, this truck is made for hauling, hauling a trailer, hauling a travel trailer, and especially it's actually designed to haul those small half-ton towable fifth wheels where in the past the other trucks were not capable of this. So I'm kind of excited that they finally have a half-ton truck that can tow half-ton towable fifth wheels. And the reason why, I'm sorry, I kind of went on this, but the reason why this is really, really, really cool is you have a half-ton truck now that um, is your driving vehicle. So when you get to your destination, you towed your fifth wheel or your travel trailer, and they drive pretty decent down the road, even with a 3/4 ton truck. It's not super bumpy, but a half-ton truck is gonna be smooth, especially pulling a load. And then once you get to your destination, because this truck weighs a ton, it's still going to be almost like riding a car. So you're still going to get nice, comfortable ride. So I think this truck, when they start getting this thing on the road, people are going to be like, this thing can tow a fifth wheel and it's a comfortable ride. I'm just driving it, where nobody in a 3/4 ton truck can say it's a comfortable ride. So nobody can say that. So that's going to be, pretty big. I think that this is going to, anybody that wants a fifth wheel and wants a comfortable ride, for a driving truck, this is a win-win for it, you know. So that's my opinion anyway.